Okay, so right behind me is, as you can see, well now you can see, there's the turtle tank. There's two turtles in there. There's the fawns, and that's Bertha down there. Anyway, just set it up with the mesh in the back of the tank and, you know, a whole bunch of plants. We're going to move about 20 or 30 little guppies into there and see who ends up lunch and who becomes their new tank mates. So let's go see the guppies. This was the guppies' happy home. It was pretty much jam-packed with them in there, and a bunch of those plants that you saw in the other tank were in there too. Now, as you can see, it's nothing in there, and all the fish are in there. Lots and lots and lots of fish. And so anytime you have guppies, or these are, you know, mollies and platies or whatever, you have a lot of inbreeding problems, so we're going to try to, you know, thin the herd a bit and try to get a more natural gene pool going on. So I've got this bucket here, bucket of the fish. There it is, see it? And it's got all those fish in it, and I'm going to dump it in here, and we're going to see what happens. So here we go. Make sure it's empty. And they're off. Now, while the fish are disoriented, the turtles are, you know, they're pretty timid too. Turtles are pretty timid, and they're gonna try to just try to see what's happening, you know. But they're gonna find out that there's these little bright orange guys swimming around, and they look kind of tasty. So I'm thinking a couple of the guys are gonna get eaten, but the fish look like they're gravitating to the back of the tank pretty well. They like to stay in the dark, shady areas that, you know, they feel more protected. And looks like a lot of the guys that were kind of stunned at the bottom are moving around a little bit more. The turtles, they're, you know, they're not very aggressive predators initially, and they're sort of just trying to scope it out. They don't really know what's going on. The fish are moving around. You see those tetras, the sort of silvery fish right in the middle of the tank by the dock that the turtles swim up on. They're a little more boisterous. Oh, looks like the Fonz is going for a little guy up there. Is he going to get him? Fish are swimming away. Fonz is like, what's going on, man? What's going on? Why are you swimming? So those orange guys live to see another day, at least for the time being. Just going to kind of let it play here for a bit. You can watch if you like. I'll narrate if anything happens. Fonz is, he's on to them. There's a couple over in that bottom right corner that you're looking at, and, oh, he's gone, oh, he took a bite of the fish. No, the fish got away, but, he's definitely after them now. There's a couple there. Oh, he took another bite, missed them. Got a mouthful of sand, but he's tracking that one guy. The thing is that if the fish know that they're being hunted, then they're actually too fast for the turtles to get. Oh, there's Bart. Let's go after that silvery white fish. So I think the hunt is on. And it looks like I gotta plug my computer in, so we're running low on battery. But here, you hang tight. Now the fish are they're not really back. There's a protective mesh which is about 2 or 3 inches from the back of the wall, which the turtles can't get to. So if the fish swim back there, then they're totally safe from the turtles. But it seems like they don't know that. I guess that's something they'll figure out. But, you know, they're kind of just swimming all around anyway. And even if the turtles end up, you know, eating half or most of these fish tonight, there's a good chance that they're just going to breed back, because this amount of fish actually started as maybe like 6 or 7 original fish, and now we've got, you know, dozens of them. And that was only maybe a few months ago. So I thought you might like to see, this is a side view of the tank right now. We're looking at the left side from what you were looking at before. And, yeah, well anyway, there's a whole bunch of orange guys down here, the little fish. A couple over here. They're really just sticking together. I think this is sort of when the shock of being in a new tank comes in. Now, although these fish are being hunted, they would still be this timid if they were put in just a new environment. It's just sort of their way of getting their bearings. There's one of the silver guys up there, and those are the the tetras also. Here's fawns coming over here on the side, and it seems like the fish, as there's like about half a dozen of them back behind the mesh over here, which you can see. And as long as they sort of hang to the periphery, the turtles don't get onto them very well. And the way that the turtles do usually, the way they usually get them whenever they do end up catching a fish, is there'll be fish sort of hanging out in the plants, and the turtles will kind of sneak up. That's the turtle sneaking, and then it's like right by the fish, and it just lunges out and gets it, and that's how the turtles do it. It's kind of cool. So here's the view from the other corner of the tank, and now as you can see, there's again a bunch of fish down here at the bottom. There's one of the tetras over here, and that guy right there. Yep. And you can also see the mesh really well, the mesh that's in the back of the tank. And yeah, this side, a lot of the fish are kind of hanging out at the bottom. They feel like it's safer, and probably, judging by their past experiences, they're still alive. So I guess it is safer to an extent. Now the fawns and Bertha haven't really, they haven't actually got any fish yet. And they're hunting though. Here comes Bertha coming towards the screen right here. Oh, there's just looking at some fish. See, the turtles really aren't lunging. What they do is they'll, like I said before, they'll come up to them, sneaking through the plants or whatever, and they'll sort of lunge out. Their neck will actually strike forward like a snake, like that, like that. And so they're not really doing that. It's been a while since they've had feeder fish before, and although the primary reason for putting these fish in here is so they can become the new tank mates, add a little more interest to the tank, and since it's a replenishing supply with them constantly breeding, it'll also help to keep the numbers down to a manageable amount. Hey, Kona, my dog is here too. Ready? Go get it. Kona's chasing the ball. But there's Bertha coming up, showing her great beauty. She's a yellow-bellied slider. Fonz is a red-eared slider, and you can't really see on the video, but he's got these sort of looks like a Raphael headband sort of thing around his eyes, and the Fonz has a really sort of detailed, delicate striping pattern on his skin. Whereas Bertha has like a brighter, bolder look, and they're both really cool. Yellow belly sliders, when handled by humans, they're generally more. I don't know if it's because they could be a slightly dumber species, or they could just be a more boisterous species, and that they're phased by less. And so you bring them out of the tank, and they'll move around more. But if you bring the red-eared sliders out of the tank, unless you handle them quite a lot, then they basically just kind of hole up in their shell and don't move a lot, or if you come near them, they might try to scurry under the couch or something. If you do end up losing turtles in the house, though, basically just go to wherever your radiators are, or your furnace, or your dryer. They always find, since they're cold-blooded animals, they always find the warmest spot of the house, because they need to keep warm, because their body doesn't generate heat on its own. At least I don't think so. So going back to standard view, we're going to call this view 1, because it seemed to work out pretty well for us in the past. So you can see Bertha down there. She's checking out the corners, but a bunch of those fish are actually behind the mesh. I don't think they've caught any yet, but she's hot in pursuit of that one tetra right there, swimming behind the plant. And the Fonz is just kind of he's a less aggressive turtle in general, but neither of them are mean or aggressive turtles, but they are carnivores and they will hunt. They're omnivores actually, and here's one of our little silver mollies coming up front. You can see him swimming leisurely. He's definitely aware. He's been pursued by there he is. You can't see him, but he's been pursued by Bertha pretty pretty aggressively in the past, and it's like she's not chasing after him, but she's looking after those orange guys in the corner. It seems like they're really just not, the turtles really aren't pulling the trigger. That's what they have to do. They would have caught, half a dozen of these fish by this time. Okay, so the silvery white fish, where is he? Oh, he got him! There's Fonz, he's got the fish. Here he is, he's got him right there. Yeah, he got him alright. So now he's got him in his mouth, and he's using his claws to, make sure that fish doesn't get away. He's gonna, it could be gruesome, but he could, tear the body in half or something with those really long claws they have. That's another thing, how you can sex turtles. And what I mean by that is tell the gender. Anyway, this is Bertha, the female turtle, and she has a taller arc to her shell. That's because whenever she gets pregnant and has eggs, then it has extra room in there to hold the eggs before she can give birth. Anyway, the Fonz, who ended up just catching himself some dinner over there, was he's a male turtle, a male slider, and he's got a more squat, flat shell, and you can see his fingernails. I don't know if you can really see in the video, but he has these really, really long fingernails, and what he'll do is, whenever I put them in the tank, and they do it from time to time, whenever he's trying to court Bertha, he'll go up and he'll go up in her face and go, "Hey, check out my fingernails! Look how manly I am!" And that's that's a way that he can sort of show off for the female turtles. Now, the Fonz is over here. He's pursuing one of the little orange guys, but the orange guy is actually on the other side of the mesh. So Fonz is discovering that he can't get through that mesh, and I don't know if the orange guy discovered that he's safe yet, but he is safe, and that's something that they will discover, hopefully. Sounds like my dog's puking over there for some reason, so let me go take care of that. So Bertha just got one down here. So I'm going to show you down in the corner. Those are the remains. She's just looking at the video now, but those are it's one of the tetras, one of the big sort of silvery fish. Yeah, there it is. So we interrupted her meal, but she was chowing down. She'll come back for that, and if she doesn't, the fish will actually eat the remains of it also. So Fonz is saying, "Hey, Bertha, if you're not going to eat that, then I totally am." So there he is, eating that. And he just wolfed that right down. So it was pretty tasty. Fonz is like, "Yeah, that was good." Oh, he's looking at the orange guy. He's looking at him. Oh, orange guy, run! You're going to get... Oh! See, Fonz still going slow. Still going slow. Well, thanks for tuning in with another Adventures with Chuck. And Connor. Ha! Ha! It's actually the first one. Thanks!